Sanskrit or Tamil, which is the oldest language? This has been a topic of discussion and debate. It has been debated very passionately, very fiercely, very ideologically, very intellectually, and also politically. Today, I am Rahul. I'll be with you all to settle this debate for once and all. Just give me 1 second. Yes, so today we'll be settling this debate for once and all. So, it's a request before I begin to each and every one of you. Before you jump to the conclusion, before you start fighting with each other in the comment section, just do one thing. Just watch till the end what message I'm trying to give it to you. So, dear friends, let's get started very quickly. Sanskrit and Tamil, which is the oldest language? Before I start, I'd like to tell you, a language is just not words and sentences. It's a matter of identity, it's a matter of pride, and it encompasses within itself a journey of a civilization and also the beauty of any society. So, dear friends, when we are going to talk about Sanskrit or Tamil, let us remember what connotations they pose with them, and that is why it becomes very important to debate on this matter in a very sincere manner. So let's start with Sanskrit. Sanskrit, a very beautiful language, and at a personal level, what I feel is that Sanskrit is like mathematics, like so much systematic, so much in order. The way it has been fitted, to me at a personal level, it appears as if like the language is coded like mathematics. And that is why maybe perhaps very rightly it is said that's the language of gods, and it has very great influence in Hinduism or in a culture where Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita or Mahabharata, such great texts, great epics are written in the language of Sanskrit. If I have to trace what is the common established thing which is on which the historians settle around, is that the Vedas, the Rig Vedas, they were composed around 1500 BC, and then came a grammarian, Panini, who codified the grammar for Sanskrit, and that is known as Astadhyayi. This was done around 4th century BC. And Sanskrit, for better classification or how it is classified as the Indo-European language, though I'd like to debate and discuss on this. That is again for some other day. Now Tamil, the beauty of Tamil, as very rightly people who speak Tamil, they take the passion, they take pride in it, with the fact that it has an unbroken tradition. It has been continuing for almost like 2000 years, and the earliest inscriptions which were found in Tamil Brahmi, they were around 500 BC. 200 years after that, the Sangam text, all your Silapadikram, Tolkapiyam, such beautiful texts which gives you an idea about the society, about the political history of that time. They were composed around 300 BC to 300 CE. The thing with Tamil is that it has been evolving, but in certain way it has been able to retain the core and crux of it, which is a very beautiful thing. Now, comparison, where the debate shifts to, is it Sanskrit or is it Tamil? If I have to go for written evidences which has been accepted or believed for Sanskrit, that we talked about the Vedas around 1500 BC. However, for Tamil, the Tamil Brahmi inscriptions are 500 BC. So the debate shifts towards Sanskrit, but still there is a segment of historians, there is a segment of linguistic people who thinks and believe that the Proto-Dravidian journey might be older than the Vedic Sanskrit journey. So the debate is still not clear. However, one thing that has been very clear is about the impact. Sanskrit has a very great impact on the other languages of India, let it be Marathi, Hindi, Bengali, even to certain extent there are certain words that you can find in almost each and every Indian language. The Tamil, it remains like the beauty of it is somehow it has remained relevant. It has maintained its continuity. Now, if a certain conclusion has to be given, then the thing that I'll ask from my end to you all is that it will depend what oldest depend from you. What oldest mean for you? Is it a written record or is it about the oral tradition? In one way, one side will win. In the other way, the other side will win. However, friends, I promised you that I'll be settling this debate for once and all for you all. So where is this debate ending? This debate does not seem to be ending. And this is where I'd like to conclude. This is where I'd like to conclude. To all who take pride in their language, it's a good thing. For the language fanatics who take it one step to the extreme, there's a message for you, those who think that Sanskrit is the oldest. Now, what's the point of being oldest if you have not been able to make it relevant today, to till this date? And same thing goes for the Tamilians. One thing I like to tell you, that language is not like a baby that gets born one day. Language, it encompasses the journey of whole civilization in it. A language, any language, let it be Tamil, let it be Sanskrit, let it be Latin, let it be Greek, let it be English, let it be Hindi. It cannot take the credit that it was born on such and such day. The journey of a language starts from the very first day, or it started from the very day when humans and their ancestors, they started making a sound. They started making a sound. When they started taking note of the fact that various of the sounds which they are making, they can be collected in certain way, which later on evolve into meaningful words, then to sentences, and then to even things like deeper sentences. This is the beauty of the language. This is the whole journey of any language, and no language can be devoid of this. Each and every language have to travel these stages. And hence, maybe we cannot really know when, at what point one language really evolved. But what remains for certain is that each and every language with it has carried a journey of survival, a journey of human audacity to live, to flourish. And this is the beauty of it. And if I have to go one step further, if I leave Mr. Skinner, who believes that how language develops, he believes it develops by reinforcement. But if I believe to Chomsky, who says that each and every individual within himself carries a language acquisition device. So it could be that humans might be language independent. For example, if I'm born in India, I might learn some Indian language. But this ability of mine, if I were born in some other place, it would be equally there that I would grasp any other language in the environment I would be born in. And hence it becomes very important for us to remember that languages are not for fighting. Languages are for communication. Languages are for talking. Languages are for human civilizations to survive. And therefore, my dear friends, I'd like you to see these languages, the classical languages, each and every language of India in this way, so that you can respect them, you can venerate them, and you can actually understand what the purpose of the language. And lastly, In conclusion, I'd like to tell you one thing. Before telling, I'd like to ask you one thing. Have you ever imagined why there are so many languages in India? Have you ever thought of it? What was so that so many languages developed in India? And have you ever tried to imagine why is it so that this is Tamil Nadu, this is Kerala, it is having one language of its own, it is having one language of its own, even though region wise we are very nearby. Why so? Why not one, two? Like, if you include dialects, we go into thousands. Why that happen? Have you ever thought of imagining? I'll give you my reason, what I believe could be one of the main reasons for this. And this thing is very relevant for ending the today's topic and debate. Just imagine you're listening to me. I'm talking to you. And we are talking in a particular language, that is English. Why I'm talking in English? Because I want to reach to a certain section of audience which I believe would be talking in English. And why you are on this channel, not on some XYZ channel at present, is because your demand would be met by coming here. It could be in the form of content, it could be in the form of knowledge, it could be in the form of preparation. So you see where demand and requirement thing came, we shifted towards a common language. We shifted towards a common medium of communication. Now just imagine what requirement of yours I'm fulfilling. If you would have got it in your own language, for us there would have been no reason to be communicating. And this is the reason that I want to give you, that each and every region of India where a language developed, where a language flourished, they were self-reliant in one way or the other, that they required no communication or interferences from the other parts. And just imagine India geographically, that map that you see surrounded by mountains, then on the three sides by an ocean, having segments of its own that are self-reliant, that are self-flourishing. That's a beautiful thing. And this is one thing that we have to understand, that our diversity of languages teaches us about self-reliance. And on the top of that, having so many different languages, having so many different dialects from north to south, we have been connected in a similar cultural tradition, in a similar cultural thread. From Gujarat to Arunachal Pradesh, a similar thread binds us. That could be our religious places, that could be our festivals which we celebrate almost at the same time, that could be our epics and stories which are similar across the nation, our heroes which we respect, which we glorify, they are the same. And that's the beauty of it, that we were self-reliant but still bounded by a cultural bond. Hence, my dear friends, whomsoever watching this video, I just hope you got my message. Language is not born in a single day. It carries a journey of many, many ancestors with it. And it could be that the first sentence, the first word that has been uttered by any organism, whomsoever will be at the earliest level of the evolutionary chain, it has contributed equally to each and every language, because from there on, whatever he spoke, a system was developed by various places, various organisms, and that developed one day into a language. So maybe of being the oldest, we might not take the credit ever, or we'll never be able to know that which language was born on which day, because that's not how languages evolve. However, one thing remains certain, that is the purpose of language. The purpose of language is to celebrate the human life, to make it easier for the humans to survive. And lastly, in the Indian context, the diversity denotes to our self-reliance. At the same time, all the languages speaking similar cultural traditions talks about unity, talks about our unity. Hence, dear friends, I'll leave you all with this message. One India, multiple languages, but united India. So my dear friends, this was all from my side. I just hope what all ideas I was trying to give it to you, you'd have understood it. And if you like the message, if you like the video, please let me know. If you have any counter opinion, if you have any suggestions, then also you can let me know in the comment section. And dear friends, I'll meet you again with some equally interesting topic to debate and discuss upon. Till then, like I always say, keep on consuming good content, keep thinking good things, and keep enjoying your life. I'll meet you again. Till then, take care of yourself. Thank you.